He laughed when he said it. That's what stayed with me. Not the words, not even her face, just the laughter. It was a quiet dinner at her firm's year-end party. Polished smiles, expensive wine. The kind of evening where betrayal hides in plain sight, draped in perfume and polite conversation. He was her business partner, the man she spent late nights working with, the one she swore I had nothing to worry about. I remember the way he leaned toward me across the table, a glass of whiskey in his hand, smirk tugging at his lips. "You must be proud," he said. "Not every man could handle a woman as ambitious as her." The table laughed. She blushed. I smiled. But something in his tone, it wasn't a compliment. It was possession, dressed as humor. And the way her hand touched his wrist as if to hush him, it wasn't embarrassment, it was familiarity. When the lights dimmed and music filled the room, I caught her whisper something to him near the bar. He grinned. She didn't know I was watching. I left before dessert. She didn't notice. The next morning, I sat in my car outside her office, watching, counting the hours she arrived late, wondering what kind of man laughs like that when he's already crossed the line. Betrayal doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers through small, deliberate absences. She came home that night humming, said the meeting ran late. Her blouse smelled like cologne I didn't wear. Her eyes wouldn't meet mine. I asked nothing. Words would have ruined the silence I needed to think. That's the thing about suspicion. It's not loud. It's surgical, precise. Every little movement becomes evidence. Every laugh, a confession waiting to surface. Her phone vibrated once, twice, then stopped. She reached for it too quickly. The name on the screen flashed before it went dark. Ryan. I filed it away. That night, while she showered, I checked her calendar. Client dinner. R. It wasn't business. It was ritual. A life built parallel to mine, running just far enough away to never collide. She crawled into bed, kissed my shoulder, whispered, "You okay?" I nodded, because I was. But something inside me had shifted. A quiet, cold purpose was born there. In the weeks that followed, I played the part perfectly. Loving husband, supportive listener, silent observer. But beneath that calm surface, I studied everything. Patterns, times, words. Her laptop was easy to access. She reused passwords. Her emails told a story she didn't think anyone would ever read. It started innocently, project updates, travel plans. Then came the messages that blurred lines. Couldn't have done it without you. Last night was unexpected. He responded with photographs. Nothing explicit, just close. Too close. One picture was enough. Her hand on his chest, his tie loose, both of them smiling like guilt didn't exist. I didn't react. I saved everything. People think revenge is rage. It isn't. It's patience. The ability to wait until truth becomes undeniable. I waited through dinners, through laughter, through her half-hearted affection. And one night while she slept, I printed the photos and placed them neatly in an envelope. My name on it. No note, no message. She'd find it when the time was right. It came 3 days later. I was in the kitchen when her footsteps froze in the hallway. The sound of the envelope tearing open was louder than I expected. A pause. Then her voice, low, trembling. What is this?" I didn't look up from my coffee. "Evidence," I said. She tried to speak, to spin it, to deny, but her voice cracked beneath the weight of the printed truth. "Ryan, he means nothing." I finally met her eyes, calm, detached. "Then call him," I said. "Put him on speaker." Her silence was my confirmation. I leaned back in my chair, watching the realization settle over her like ash. The career she built, the image she guarded, the lies she thought she buried, all of it unraveling quietly, beautifully. I stood, took her phone, dialed his number myself. When he answered, I spoke first. "Morning, Ryan." A beat of silence. Then his cautious voice. Who's this?" "You laughed at me once," I said, "at that party." I let the words breathe. "She's all yours now." Then I handed the phone to her. She didn't take it. The next morning she didn't go to work. He didn't either. But I did. At exactly 8 a.m., I sent the same envelope, digitized and time-stamped, to their firm's managing partners. No message, just proof. By noon, the firm's gossip lines burned hotter than fire. By 1, their contracts were suspended. By evening, she was sitting in the living room, face pale, fingers trembling. "Why would you do this?" she whispered. I almost laughed. Instead, I poured a drink. "Because you did it first," I said. Her phone rang. Ryan. She didn't answer. I could hear his voicemail tone in the background. Urgent, panicked. The sound of a man realizing he'd mocked the wrong person. I left the glass on the table, unfinished. Told her the truth in one sentence before walking away. Some jokes don't age well. It's been a week. The house is quieter now. She moved in with her sister, or maybe with him. Doesn't matter. The silence feels cleaner without her apologies in it. People ask why I didn't shout, why I didn't destroy things. Because destruction is easy. Precision is art. Revenge, when done right, doesn't echo. It just ends. I didn't ruin her. I revealed her. That's all truth ever needs. Light and patience. I still remember his laughter at that dinner table. How sure he was. How untouchable. I wonder if he laughed when the board called him that morning, when they mentioned the photos, when they reminded him of the firm's no personal involvement clause. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Either way, the laughter stopped.